Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel, Astro Assurance. A number of times this question is asked or comes to our mind that which planetary entity or which heavenly body, at least those which rule our horoscopes or which rule astrology or who have a place in astrology, which of these planets work best in which houses in our horoscopes. Now, it's important for us to know, because basis that we can also be able to extract the maximum juice, the maximum fruit from that planet based on which houses it works best in. This is not only for the generic placement of the planet in your horoscope, but even in transit. If we know that a planet works best in a certain house, then when the planet transits that house, then we can extract the best results from it. Now, care has to be taken that in a certain house, a planet may do very well. However, if that house is its debilitation zone, then definitely some challenges may also come by it. Secondly, if it's not the debilitation zone for the planet in that particular house, but that house has certain energies, for example, if the 10th house has Scorpio energies, because the 10th house is the Scorpio sign, then obviously there will be challenges, there will be issues also when the planet transits that house, even when it does very well. So these small minor things need to be kept in mind when you're looking at the planet placed in a certain house and when the planet also transits that particular sign, that particular house. So off we go. Today I'm going to talk about the heavenly body Sun. It is definitely not a planet, but definitely it is a heavenly body which has a most important presence in a horoscope by virtue of it being the Karaka of the soul itself, and also being representing our authority, representing responsibility. And because we have come into this world because of a certain responsibility on our heads, because of a certain karma that we need to play out, and so Sun becomes very, very important, because the soul has the one which is carrying the karma, not the physical body. And so Sun becomes very, very important in a horoscope. Its placement becomes very, very important, because Sun's placement denotes where we need to take the responsibility for, where we need to take the maximum accountability for, where we need to showcase our leadership. Also, wherever Sun's aspect falls, even that place is where we need to take responsibility and accountability and show leadership. So we have already talked about how Mercury is a planet which behaves best or gives best results in almost most of the houses. Today we are talking about how Sun will play out its roles or its results in the 12 different houses in the horoscope. Now obviously a planet may not give best results in all the houses. Some houses are its favorite houses, some houses are where it gets the maximum directional strength, some houses will carry some energies, like watery energies may be carried by certain houses where a fiery planet may not do the best. Similarly, Sun also may work very well or give best results in certain houses. Not that a planet will give bad results in A house or B house. However, it may give better results in certain houses and may throw up slightly more challenges in the other houses. A planet, when it does very well in a certain house, does not mean it will create no challenges there, but it means that the planet will also give you the energy to overcome the challenges that come up from that house, and it will give you good results for your labor if you put in the effort when the planet is going through its favorite house or the house of strength. So when you look at the Sun, Sun also will do extremely well in some houses, well in some houses, okay to well results, okay to good results in some houses, but slightly challenging results also in those houses. So let's start with those houses where Sun will do the best. Sun does the best in the first house and the 10th house. Why does it do very well in the first house? Because the first house has Aries energies in the Kalpurush Kundali. and because sun gets exalted in the Aries sign, so sun does very well in the Lagna, in the first house, irrespective of what sign it is, what ascendant it is. Sun will carry that energy forward. However, if sun is passing through watery sign when placed in the Lagna, in the ascendant, definitely it will be a spot of bother, but in general sun will give good results in the first house. However, sun can also create a certain degree of arrogance that the person comes to be known of in the community. People may think that this person is a little arrogant, he tries to rule us, he tries to dictate us, he tries to tell us what to do and what not to do, he tries to showcase himself as a leader. Now, in general, the person may not try to showcase himself as a leader, but may be taking responsibility, because that's what sun does in the first house. However, people may think that this person is trying to rule us. So, care has to be taken when sun is in your Lagna, sun is in your first house, sun is in your ascendant, to be able to work on how you are coming across or showcasing yourself to others. Otherwise, this is an excellent placement for all-round success in different areas of your life. It allows you to shine, it allows you to brighten yourself, it allows you to carry a lot of dignity and stature in life. So is the placement of the sun in the 10th house as well, where sun gets the maximum directional strength in the 10th house. By virtue of sun being at its zenith when sun passes the 10th house, the southern direction, because of which sun gets the maximum directional strength and gives great results in the 10th house. This is also because the 10th house is the house of our karma, what we have come here to do. So obviously the planet representing the soul will do very well, because soul also wants the physical body to do the karma. So sun does very well in the 10th house also. Sun gives you great results where you can overshine over others at work, in your career, allows you to the energy, the focus, the attention to do your karma. And generally the zodiac seems to be helping those people who have sun in the 10th house, because soul is placed here, soul is carrying the energy of the karma here. So generally people may do very well at work, people may overshine others at work because sun allows you that, but by virtue of you taking more responsibility and more accountability. If you don't want to showcase leadership, service oriented leadership when you are serving, then the sun may not give you as good results in the 10th house as should be expected. Now, sun in the second house also does well, except that sun usually will burn up one karaka of the house that it is placed in. So sun here may challenge your earning potential, your livelihood, unless you act positively in the direction of that house. For example, where does the knife give the best results? The knife gives the best results in the kitchen, to cut up vegetables, to cut up fruits, to cut up meat or mutton if you are a non-vegetarian, or chicken, whatever you like, or paneer if you are somebody who is from the Indian subcontinent. So the knife gives you best results in the kitchen. Where does your shampoo give you best results? In the bathroom, where you need to use the shampoo to bathe. Similarly, each planetary entity will give you good results in certain areas, but not so good results in some other areas. Knife may not be the best thing to have in the bedroom, especially if sometimes the spouse and you may get into some sort of an argument and the knife is lying around. It's best to avoid knife being in the bedroom. So sun also will burn up some karaka of the house it is placed in, so it may give you challenges in the second house with respect to earning potential. But if you refocus the energy of the sun in positive areas of the second house, for example, you take more responsibility for family, extended family, for your community that you're born in, then, and also lead your life with ethics, morals, principles which the second house demonstrates or narrates, represents, then obviously sun will give you better results in the second house. This can also give you a path to work in the direction of some family member, or getting connected with the family business, or working in the line or in the direction of, or in the path of the father or some elderly member, or some person who is a senior person in their family, extended family, You may look up to or walk in the footsteps of that person, pick up a career in the footsteps of the person, or be very motivated by by one person, one elderly person or one senior person in the family when Sun is in the second house. Sun in the third house can give you good results where you want to be more independent, where you want to be your own boss, and this can give you great results in your communication skills also. How you market yourself, you brand yourself, and how you are able to influence others. However, you need to be a little careful of the language and the communication, because some people may think you are more directive rather than discussion oriented when you are communicating with people. You don't want to come across as authoritative when you're talking to people, as if giving them a command all the time. So be a little careful with Sun in the third house, because it may give you challenges where people may see you as somebody who is trying to rule them. Your communication may become a little more authoritative, may become a little more demanding. Sun in the fourth as well as in the seventh house is not the best of placements for the Sun. In the fourth house, while it may help you to create more assets, get more assets, however, it may burn up the relationship at the domestic environment, or burn up the peace and the happiness in the domestic environment. So with Sun in the fourth house, one has to be an extra patient person, have an ice pack on your head when you're dealing with family members, because otherwise unnecessary challenges and problems may be created. The same thing with Sun in the seventh house. While it may help you to be able to do very well in partnerships, be able to pick up a good partner also in your life, even as a marital partner, because you may be able to shine and attract the person. However, it may burn up one karaka of these two houses, so be careful when Sun is in the fourth or the seventh house. In the fifth house, Sun does very well. However, again, it may do very well where children are concerned, where investing in such speculative investments are concerned, where your education is concerned. It may allow you to shine in arts, in performances and presentation. However, it may give you challenges in your romantic life, because the fifth house is also a romantic life. So initially you may find that it may take 2 or 3 relations before you settle into a relationship which is more stable. Even if you are with your childhood sweetheart, you got married and you're living with the person since 10, 15, 20 years, you may have found that the first 5 to 6 years may have been challenges, may have come into your marriage, and every now and then there must have been challenges which kept coming in when Sun is in the fifth house. Sun in the sixth house creates some challenges almost on a day-to-day basis, where you will get into some sort of a friction or interaction which is not positive, somewhere related to work or somewhere related to the family, but there will be one interaction which you have through the day which will not be very positive, which will not be rewarding, which may be more friction oriented. So if Sun is in the sixth house, be a little careful not rubbing off somebody the wrong way, and especially related to colleagues. However, Sun gives you a good opportunity to shine over others in the sixth house, especially related to competition, where you are babysitting in competitive exams, where you are competing with your colleagues at work to be able to outshine them. So Sun gives you that placement. Sun also gives you an opportunity to work in good government oriented projects and to be able to rise to higher placements in the career, in the job also. So as long as you are humble and you deal with your colleagues at work with patience and with good interpersonal skills, Sun in the sixth house can be a good placement. Sun in the eighth house is a placement where soul is in the eighth house of secrecy. Sun doesn't do very well in the 6th, 8th and the 12th houses, and of these, Sun in the 8th and the 12th houses definitely is a bigger challenge than even Sun in the 6th house. Sun in the 8th house, because 8th house is stagnant waters, deep waters and Scorpio energies. So many times the soul has to go through many ups and downs. There are struggles in the life where sometimes you're pulled in two directions, whether you need to stick to morals or you should try to take shortcuts, and many challenges come in the life before the person is able to rise above these challenges, above these obstructions, to be able to do very well. However, Sun in the 8th house can do very well in financial matters, connected to the banking industry, connected to IT, connected to audits. Anywhere where other people's money is concerned, having responsibility for other people is concerned, Sun does very well in the 8th house. Sun in the 9th is one of the most excellent placements because Sun allows you to shine in your educational qualification. Because Soul is in the 9th house of spirituality, Sun also makes you think of being more responsible or being more ethical in your actions, and it will also give you high degree of morality. You would want to walk in the steps of the father or in the steps of the gurus, of your teachers. You may be even a favorite of your teachers, of your father, or it may spoil one relation at least with one of the gurus or with even the father if it's in a challenging position in the 9th house. However, it allows you to shine across national boundaries. It allows you to do very well in educational qualifications. It allows you to do very well. It allows you to do very well academically as well. Sun in the 11th house is a placement where this is the special placement being given the responsibility of doing something at a societal level, larger societal goals is what you need to do. So using your societal connections, making those new connections rather than waiting for the connections to happen, working on creating more network, enlarged network, and then doing something for the larger society, taking responsibility for things which are happening in the society, things which are happening in the neighborhood and in the city and the world at large, is the placement given with Sun in the 11th house. This can make you work for large masses, make you the darling of masses, and can also give you power and authority at the highest echelons of society. So if you have Sun in the 11th house, use it well. Sun in the 12th house is a mixed position, because many times there is a saying also which says that Sun goes to the 12th house to die, because it's the soul going into the 12th house, which is one step away from the next world in the hereafter. However, I consider it to be a very positive placement as long as you live for others. You dedicate your life for helping others, those people who are the downtrodden, those people who are very unlucky, those people who are not able to fend for themselves. So rather than looking at the life materialistically, living for others, working to help others who are down and out can help you do very well. This is also good placement of working abroad in foreign lands and doing very, very well. However, the first few years definitely will be a challenge, and some relationship abroad in foreign lands with one boss, some supervisor, some manager, some company will surely be a challenge. But if you use Sun positively by helping others, then you will find that the negativity of the 12th house is also reduced, and this gives you a chance of even attaining moksha, because Sun is at the doorstep of the material world and also the hereafter. So Sun in the 12th house, use it very well. So friends, these are the placements of Sun in the different houses on the horoscope. Understand where Sun is placed in your horoscope, what it means, whether it's in a watery sign, whether it's in Leo sign, or whether it's in Sagittarius, because those things will also surely play a part. That combination of the house and the sign will also play its part. What planet is it placed with, what conjunctions it is in, what aspects it is forming, what yogas or doshas it is in, all of these will add to the results that I've talked about. So understand your Sun very well, use the Sun very well to do both well in this life and also to help the soul to be able to elevate itself spiritually as well. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me with the links given below. Until some other time in some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off.